think he's going to run. If Guardian runs for 90 minutes.
Fair play.
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
gotta respect it.
Do we have any contingency set up for such a scenario?
Gotta
I'm sure his
respect
team
it.
will flame him. You know. People got things to do. So it will be Astralis starting on the CT side after winning the 9th round. And again, we've got these pot shots being taken down mid. Rain's picked up a P250. This is nice, and he's been raid bossed. Raid boss!
Well, one thing we're shutting down a raid boss, and that's a straight up headshot from the USP, so still got to be careful. And there are actually 2 players baiting here at this corner because there's a 3rd right behind sandbags, but FaZe is not going to take that bait.
Yeah, straight back to A for FaZe.
Look at the quick flank.
Back to A. Yes, it will be a big problem, but only if Kirby can get some frags, and he will not, which allows a great deal of freedom here for the FaZe lads as they try to get the bomb down. Zipex will swing in though, pretty quick for a frag. And now Astralis set it up. They set it up.
You need that P250 in the pit now, but Rain is on the site. We'll see if that makes a difference. Astralis are pretty close already. Nico going for the peak. 2 players on shot, 1 in the balcony, and the balcony will deliver a headshot. Oh. Speaking of headshots, Guardian doing great work. Now they've got a crossfire. Guardian used to be bait though. There are 2 players on the site as well. They will make the numbers overwhelming. Zipex managed to get a reload in somehow, but that's all he will do in that round. Carrigan picks up the USP, but not the P250.
That is a dirty, dirty range shot from Guardian from the pit all the way over towards small pit. That's an insane shot. Really well done from him to help secure that round. Right there. That one. Either way, a cool setup from Astralis because as you can see, even if the stack doesn't work over towards Banana, they have a fallback because since Zipmix is pushed out towards sandbags, he has all the information of them falling back. He can hear the footsteps, so it gives them a quick flank. If there was even just a little bit more of a defense on A in terms of maybe just 1 kill like KRB in the site, and that flank can become so much more deadly. But that one setup they had gives a variety of options depending on the scenario.
4 smokes from Astralis. Love it. It's good to see, and that means that they're going to play a strategy which is based around just delaying. Delayed tactics create a situation where FaZe have 30 seconds left and they can't check everything properly and have to sort of gamble their way into a bomb site. That's what Astralis are playing for.
What helps Astralis here as well, though, is that their opponents will respect them because of the strength of their team. So they'll get even more mileage out of these smokes than, say, a different team would, who didn't have as much respect. So 2 smokes have been dropped. We are at the minute mark. That's a good 17, 18 seconds. And then we will see super late smokes deployed. There is one for Kiabi.
Oh, to get the gun as well, maybe. What did Rain have? I don't think he had a weak gun. Oh, okay, he did. He had a Mac 10. But that's still good. Like, having a Mac 10 is still pretty good, and that's one of the reasons. Look at the free go. Get some damage in there, keeps the presence alive.
But he also found information that spam prompts a lot of shots from the AK-47, so they know there's at least 2 to 3 at top mid. They haven't cheated any rotates over quite yet, but here comes the hit. Around wrap side, CZ in hand. Good crossfire set up in the site and in pit, but it can only last so long. Overwhelming firepower for FaZe.
Yeah, but I hope any North American players who are watching just observe the power that these smokes can have on a round such as this. And now it gets worse for FaZe. olofmeister's only got 2 HP. He's just a bullet away from going down, but oh, hello. That is a bell most certainly rung, but olofmeister's position may not be easy for Astralis to deal with, and they don't know where he is just yet. But now they do. That's a very quick 2K for Glaive, and the round will be with Astralis.
Wow. So Astralis just showed everyone one of the best ways to play a force buy round as the CTs. That's like one of the best standard ways to do it. And you saw that FaZe sort of, I hesitate, I don't want to call it a mistake. Like Rain made a peek into quad to get information, and he got punished by like having a 1v1 against the CZ, which is actually going to be a lot quite favorable in a lot of those spots. So then he dies, and then okay, then it's a bit of panic mode from FaZe. They realize they just have to go in, but Astralis still have a very solid defense with 2 people on the site. So it's really well done by them.
I hate CZs.
Yes,
they are really, really good. They are way too good. They're definitely way better than they should be.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Well,
I hate the
Nico's
Tech 9 more.
got an AK-47. Tech 9 at its height was AK doesn't do anything, and even though it's salvaged, there's no armor on any of these other players, so Device will just keep moving forward like a tank, although Olaf takes him, Olaf takes him down and then traded off by Dupree. So, nicely done.
I want to have faith that change is coming as far as the CZ is concerned. The developers know that they, to a degree, have to rotate, if you will, the meta. We have changes. We've seen changes to the pistol. They've made the P250 more honest. They've made the 5.7 more honest. The CZ, though, is still a web of lies and deceit and sorcery, and requires change.
That's an intense amount of mid-pressure from Astralis. Deep down low, they all fall back, but Device, he's left. He drew the short straw. I'm the last one here, and there's no one backing me up, so taken down essentially for free, which is great in a round in which FaZe doesn't have a whole lot of nades.
I'll be playing the information game. It's a very long reload on that UMP, so I was going to say he had to be careful, but he has made his exit. All that aggression from Astralis and nothing yet.
Doesn't yield them too much. I mean, it lost from a player, and even the damage dealt to FaZe is spread out well enough across all 5 players that no one is critically low. Will help out moving forward with some of the duels that they get in, but as long as FaZe plays this trade game properly, Glaive shouldn't have an opportunity to stop them. Yes. Just the drive-by into the smoke.
Yeah, Astralis just did not have a setup there at all to play with. Now it's time to play the passive exits from Kirby's perspective. He's got the UMP, his teammates with the better rifles though, playing more passively, more safely, more securely to try to bring those rifles into the next round.
It's alright though, I mean this was, if you're looking at this from Astralis' point of view, you're saying we had some UMPs, this was pretty much halfway to a bonus round. Go for some aggression, see if it catches them off, and it didn't. But they went for the effort, and now in the next round they're going to bring an AK and an M4, so still going to be able to buy. Even that UMP can be effective in different situations, and they'll have a chance to respond. But again, this early trading, we've seen it a couple times today.
Kirby just did an excellent job holding off the T's completely by himself.
He's a solid player, isn't he?
Yeah, just with one smoke, just some good timing on the peaks, baiting out spam, trying to just very cautiously navigate around the smoke, falling back as he had to, keeping the attention. Doing a great job.
Well then, let's see what these two teams have to offer to each other. We have a deep pick from the AWP, but he flashes off the angle. It has support from a rifler, so surely there's a trade. Maybe not. Nico manages to survive.
Look at this fast play towards apartments, though. This could be the winning play if he commits outside of it, but he misses his timing. Dupree's gotten back to the site. It's Dupree, or not Dupree. Someone's got back to the site. Dupree is actually going to get taken out. This is a very messy exchange between these two teams with how much pressure and how fast-paced this is. I think players are kind of losing track of what the logical next step is of their opponents, and it just turns into a bunch of very vicious battles.
I thought you were going to say a bunch of dribble. but I'll take vicious battles.
A bunch of dribble.
I mean, it certainly isn't the prettiest of Counter-Strike, but it can be entertaining. Sluggy's probably absolutely hating it, considering there's like 5 individual battles taking place at any one time.
That was a wild one. So, Astralis has been broken. They've got the smokes out once again, as well as the CZ. No pop flashes. FaZe may move quicker. Looks like they've got intention to move straight into the B bomb site. Will they go through the smokes though? Never advisable, but they're going to do it before the C team can rotate more players in. They will survive the bedlam. They will thrive in the bedlam.
And you can see the change in thought process for an anti-force buy as well. It's just get in aggressively, and get in quickly, and don't mess around trying to probe and find information. Don't fall prey one by one to the CZs. And they absolutely did not. Really well done. And now Device and Dupree have to find a way to get out of this without losing their armor.
Escape to victory. Or run into defeats.
Oh, Device is alive. That's pretty amazing. He Has survived. He went deep into the heart of the bomb sites, then managed to escape the jaws of the beast. So, enough money left here for Astralis now to get a buy-in. A lot of teams favouring that T-side AWP today so far on this map.
We've seen some teams with some pretty compelling offers, though, to make it work, right?
Yeah, that is the thing. Oscar for Mouse Sports.
Guardian, JW,
Yeah,
Device.
yeah.
Some of the best in the world.
It's true.
I mean, even you always see you have to put the attempt in to see if you can make it work. If you have even a decent offer, you just see if it can be impactful, because it can be. Even if it's not going to provide entries, it can be huge. And FaZe not slowing down whatsoever. Oh, that counter flash actually blinds Zipnix, but it's in his position from Rain. Glave's taking him out, and now Zipnix has a chance to pounce, and that's unfortunate for FaZe. They were maybe a half second from getting in front of that smoke, and instead this is the result.
Glave's flashbang was absolutely parfait. Kerrigan looking for openings, but he doesn't know what might be lurking in Boiler. Will there be a well-timed peek from the CTs? There is a rotation, and oh boy, Dupree's missed the information. Does Kerrigan, he hears the rotation. Look at this. They could even wrap the site. They've missed so much information, Astralis. This is absolutely insane. Does Kerrigan go for the kill, though? The bomb is heading away from B, which might be the wrong play, because Dupree's gone to second mid now. He's got a, I think he might have a weird angle from the balcony position. So I think the play is for Kerrigan to wrap here, but rather he's looking to open the A site, and he may lose the opportunity now because Device is in the graveyard. That could have been so much.
And instead, it was so little. They move through quad now, but with a man in apps and a man on the side. The bomb is stuck now. Dupree just convincingly able to just crush through at the end of the round. 7 kills for him, picks up the AWP there as well. Have to see if you'll continue with it or if you'll palm it off to Device. Looks like indeed it will end up on Device. Oh, Glaive actually. Okay. Oh, now Device.
Kerrigan was only aware of one of the two players who was on the A site, which is probably why he chooses to go for that one. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for the side. But both teams are on the buy one spot. There's a decoy in a very weird place on the map. No man's land. And Astralis will fight to hold on to control of top mid. Meanwhile, there is a battle for Banana. Glaive will give it up after taking 1 kill. It's a pretty good exchange.
Device giving up his position with that AWP, actually coming right through the smoke. This is going to be dangerous if Device goes back for a peek wrap side. I think that kill from Guardian will prompt him to take up a new position, but FaZe is making so much progress here. I don't think Astralis has any idea this is coming. Not at all, not whatsoever. There goes 2 quick kills, and Caribbean alone in the pit. He gets found as well. That's sick stuff from FaZe. That's a very bold move as well, just to continue marching forward on wrap side. Device putting too much faith in that smoke.
This is a crushing round for Astralis. Wow. What are they left with? Zipex will survive, but you can see that they will be reset pretty hard.
They'll have another buy. Dupree will buy. Zipmix will drop. Device can at least get a UMP. Could even get an M4 with light armor if you wanted. So they'll have at least 3 rifles into the next round. So they're gonna buy up here.
I mean, if it's like 4 rifles and a CZ, that's great.
Yeah, you can even make that work. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you imagine from what we've seen from Glaive today, he'll be using the MP9.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
He's loving life with that weapon in his hands.
All right, drop AK, buy M4. 2 other guys buy M4s.
Yeah, you want to talk about the impact of 1 kill. That trade that Guardian, ooh, they don't buy.
They half buy it.
All right,
nice. That's cool. I like that. I like it. I think it's good. I actually think this is better because if you're gonna have a full buy with all the nades instead of just forcing it up having half grenades. I don't think it's worth it sometimes.
I mean, fair play, because if they were to buy here and they lose, that's like double save territory. That would be everything they have, and then you're just giving up a lot of space in this half. So, taking the 1-round loss, better longer term gamble. There's a good kill for him. He's holding the angle, and Glaive responds as well.
And they don't know what else lies beyond that. And the smoke has been deployed. Oh, Dupree surely should have landed one shot there at least. He may get a second crack at the window repositioning, but he will fail. Now the full rotation's coming in from the CT side. And the T's as well. Rain cutting off Zipex and his weaponry. That may salvage the round, or maybe not. Oh dear, Glaive's got 5 bullets left. I believe Carrigan now in the 1 versus 2. Is he being baited by Kiabi? That's the question. Kiabi just brazenly facing, peeking, and winning. A very unlikely round from Astralis.
Well, six setup over towards B. I mean, Zimnik's just holding it off angle. CZ to follow up as well. FaZe not expecting that whatsoever. They've actually had a pretty tough time, all things considered, of getting and maintaining control of Banana. They've taken some losses there in rounds. I know Nico's lost a couple of duels up that pathway. I feel like Astralis is just like barely holding on to this game as well. I feel like the scoreline should be much more in the favor of FaZe, but Astralis is doing just enough.
See if it continues for them. Snipers on both sides for this round. Eyes on the pit for Astralis, but the device can't stay there forever. Be forced to rotate back. Might go around to Arch once again, or maybe not. I think there might be some boosting on the short position. 3 people short for the time being. No boost after all. Control of Banana for Astralis, but how long will it last? Not very long, it seems. 1 for 1. Is there a smoke though for the CT side?
Oh, he's able to get just a slither of warning there in the shoulder showing of Carrigan as Rain looks to advance, and he has to. He's got to make the play here to get his team back into the round as he turns the corners. Gets a free one onto the balcony player. Now, there's problems here for Astralis. Rain holds off the position. He's going to choke off the library side. Now, where are you at, Astralis? What have you got? It's a pretty fresh smoke there as well for Device. This is going to be really rough.
They're not going for it. Glaive just started backing off. This is a couple round now. FaZe is just being very bold with the kind of plays they're making. I mean, Rain that round, Dupree kills his teammate that he's with in Boiler, and Rain doesn't even hesitate. He just follows Dupree right up. He hears him falling back, and he's just not even worried that Dupree is even sticking around to take a secondary fight. He's just going to take the ground given up and sneaks his way past the smoke on balcony. Another round we saw that was the wrap side that FaZe just pushed through a smoke after Device takes a shot and gains all the ground on wrap. So it's almost like FaZe is calling the Astralis bluff, right? Like, because the Astralis players are saying, yeah, we can vacate this spot because there's not really a chance. You know, we just showed presence in this area. You won't just walk up. And FaZe is more than happy to call that bluff. And at the moment, it's working out for him. And these traded rounds back and forth are just doing a number on the economy of Astralis. Yes, they're going to have a strong buy this round, but they've never been able to build it. They've never been able to get started in some kind of comfortable CT half.
That's one thing that FaZe are often good at, is calling out the we shed presence here. Now we can rotate this man somewhere else. Carrigan will often charge through that nonsense we saw yesterday. Again, 3 players around a short area for Astralis early on, but they'll put one person into the site. Device backing off now. So it's not a concern for Astralis in many of these rounds. He's been smoked off for the time being. But will FaZe head there? There's a rotation towards Speedway from Zipex, leaving 1 player around Banana again. Just in case something's going on. And maybe they will need 4 players over there. However, 2 players start to creep up Banana for FaZe.
Oh, nice shot by Olaf. It's a tough angle to deal with. I think that's the first time I've seen it won from the T perspective. That particular off angle. Zipex in a good position though for the double. Gets himself the double. And that's good work, but
God.
Rain, the burst champion in CT. is going to shut the round down.
Rain-
FaZe taking control.
Rain needs a nickname.
He's the burst master to me, man. The 2-bullet burst, his movement is just so sick.
He needs a better nickname
Then Rain,
than the two bursts or the burst master.
the burst champion.
Champion of burst.
That is so sick for Rain to just stand and take those fights like that. Incredible stuff. So I think they've finally done it. I think they finally put Astralis back onto. Well, actually, fair play. They did it before as well. It's just Astralis won it.
A nerd point.
Yes.
When I think was it Glaive on Banana on his own? I think when Zipex was rotating, I noticed the is it occlusion or occlusion? Whatever it is.
Occlusion.
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 When Zipex is running, but he's still around the corner of the wall, you can hear the muffled footsteps. But then when he can be seen by Glaive, you can hear the clear footsteps, which I thought was really cool. So he knows, he gets the inkling that his teammate is around the corner, and then he knows when he is close enough to him, because he can hear the footsteps properly, which means less time on the radar. Guardian unlucky in that respect, and throwing that shot, but Kiabi maybe choosing a bad timing, but it is basically Nico round here.
Yeah, I mean, that's Kirby saying, I'm going to try and make some kind of a play, no matter how unlikely it is. They try to set him up with a few flashbangs to see if maybe he could just get that first favorable fight and then potentially follow it up. Right, even throwing the weapon away. Small details there. Had a tough time getting on the roof, but does find it eventually. And now, yes, there's just really nothing for Astralis to work with. They do have a stack lane side, that's about it. And now they're going to pounce the USBs. The Deagle does nothing, and doing work. Glaive and Dupree chime in for 2 kills. Still shouldn't be a whole lot of danger for FaZe in this round, although, as I say that, the pistol's doing more work. So this has become costly, and it's transferred some guns over.
It's a key kill from Guardian, but Glaive, he's going to go for it, man. He's going to go for it. He's got a defuse kit, and the bomb isn't even down yet. He can start walking now. No, he's just going to charge all the way. He doesn't want them to get into strong post-plant position. He's got himself a flashbang. Oh, that's a nice pre-fire as well. Slightly tagging Guardian. He can drop a flashbang over the roof to his left or the roof to his right, but he's just going to peek with the gun. He's gone past Guardian's angle, but maybe expecting him to peek. He will go back into it once again. Trying to go on the high ground. Looking for some pre-fire. The off angle not good enough for Nico. He can crouch behind this wall now. He's got 10 bullets in the hole, and he will land the shot. Where's the bomb? There's the bomb. And there is the round for Astralis. Another unlikely round, keeping them in this half.
Yeah, Jesus. Again. So they only came into this with an M4 and with like 2 or 3 USPs and a P250, or a Deagle and a P250. That's insane that Astralis is able to win these. And if FaZe could ever, I mean, just not take that kind of a loss, they would have such a good T-half going for him at the moment. Even this 1v2, Nico doesn't need to be out in the open like that. Now, more often than not, he likely wins that fight. But you can play that much, much better as teammates.
FaZe aggressively clearing out top of Banana. Instant issues for Astralis, and that will cause them to expend some utility.
The biggest issue with that now is Zipmix is your anchor of this B bomb site now that Glaive is dead, and he's got no nades. And that's for a minute and a half he has to worry about that. FaZe still haven't been able to string rounds together since, I think, the 3rd and the 4th. Or 2nd and 3rd, excuse me. But is this what? Is that like 3 4 spies that Astralis has won, or 3 4 spies or ecos they've won in this half alone?
It's a fair few. Maybe even 4. That one consecutive round. Dupree with a cheeky kill earlier on in the middle position, and Zipex will pop out with Device, who does have grenades. He's got a smoke and so on. He gets down the bomb site. Rain will trade though. He's causing big problems for Astralis on his site, and Olofmeister will contribute to that as well. Zipex is on his own now. Got to buy time for Dupree, but he can't buy much. For Device, sorry.
That's really nice from Rain. Just taking a cheeky peek out of apartments. He knows he has to do something to help alleviate that pressure. Guardian spots 2. He knows likely if there's 2 players in lane, there's no one watching apartment. Takes the risk. Opens the door for Olaf to get the follow-up kill, and the A-bomb site is cracked wide open. That's really good from FaZe. An 8th round, and still Astralis not able to get back-to-back. And they're going to be set to pistols, although perhaps...
But why did Device just go and die in that spot there, that 1v3?
Don't have a good answer for you, Dan.
Because
Maybe he's just trying to get one kill.
Because he
Feels
could,
relatively safe for the AWP.
Because he could well, I mean, I could agree with you if not for the peak that he kept taking around the smoke. It's like it's a very tough kill to get. Obviously, he's capable of that, but still, you take. I mean, you'd want to take the guaranteed AWP into this round, though.
Yeah, would be nice. And actually, more struggles for FaZe against pistols.
Yeah, everyone's struggling against pistols.
God bless it all.
Oh, the finishing with the jump. And more damage to be done. The sprays there. Olofmeister able to compensate, but more damage taken as he drops down into the pit. He is alone. These players have yet to pick up weapons, but surely there's got to be something lying around here for the likes of Zipex and Glaive. Olofmeister doesn't feel safe to go for the plant just yet. Trying to get a 1v1 at the very least, and it's the retreating CZ that does it. My goodness. Another pistol round.
These rounds have got to be frustrating.
Never mind the AWP save.
They're frustrating to me. They must be frustrating to the players.
Oh, yeah.
They must be just full-blown tilted.
Well then, last round of the first half, and it will be FaZe with the shortcomings. See Karrigan with only a CZ.
There we go.
Now Karrigan can pick up a weapon. At least there's that.
Yeah, and Device has taken a lot of opening shots, but I think that's one of the very few that he's connected, so it's a decisive advantage to move forwards with. It alleviates a lot of pressure on the CT side, who may otherwise feel, pressured to actually take map control of Banana and so on, expend utility early. But now they can just chill out, and he actually gets the catch onto Nico, Rain, whoever it was, pushing up quad side, trying to make a play.
That was Rain trying to do something, gain some ground. He's been doing it all game, and it's worked out. Oh, there's a close adjustment by Device. Almost lands another kill. He's got to be careful, though. Low HP. Does take the fight again. Gets dropped. All three players of FaZe are here. It's going to be a tough time getting into the site, though. A good setup, and just spots out the player in holes, and now Kirby's going to readjust.
This is an important fight. Zipex going for the shot through the door, but Guardian will prevail. 2 versus 3. Debris coming back out through the smoke just as Guardian looks elsewhere. And Astralis will take another round. Very hard-fought round for Astralis. Very, very hard-fought rounds.
Yeah, more consistency from Dupree, but I think Device did struggle to get going with the AWP in this match so far, and it's going to be interesting to see, moving forward, how things will develop, because I would imagine that Astralis will just run the 5 AKs. I don't think that Device is going to pick up the AWP that much on the T side if they get the economy rolling.
Yeah, I mean, he's not exactly like the most... He's not like the most aggressive offer, but on a map like this, you kind of can't... Oh, hold the thought. Here comes a rush down mid from FaZe. They are wasting no time whatsoever. And they're going to get a lot of shots in the back of the Astralis guys, and nothing pans out. That's going to force them further, and actually, the flank now is in danger because you have to clear everyone, and there's Guardian making a fight. Glaive is in perfect position. He's up next, but he can't get any kills. So they have fought their way back into the site. The flank is reopened.
They cleared out construction though, but it might not mean much because this is just the most insane chariot push from FaZe. And it will prove very successful indeed.
Eco, excuse me. Wow.
I like it.
Whoa, he's reloading, going back for more.
Huge fan of this. Do it again.
Why are you hating on Zipex, man? Why are you going to be hating?
Ah, Rain's getting in on the action now.
Man, why are they hating? Why are they hating? Why can't we all be friends?
We used to call those the tank strategies back in the day. When you just have 4 guys, one side of the map with all armor, just constant pushing, never stop.
Why can't we be friends? You guys know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great
I think
song.
everyone knows that song.
It's a great song. It's a great song.
Do you know who sings it, though?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I was...
Nor do I.
Marvelous. The odd pistol for Astralis. And that's it. There's no grenades. There's not a whole lot.
They'll probably find a way to win, though, if the first half is any indication.
I would be very surprised. The whole gang is here. Group hug around the smoke.
Double run boost. Oh, I love this. This could be so cool.
Nice.
No.
Gonna die, but it's nice anyway.
Do it in style.
The second run boost failed miserably.
Cheeky ace. Cheeky eco ace. Okay, so the AKs are out. No incendiaries though from Astralis, which means it's really hard for them to fight back on Banana. The incendiary or the Molotov has a pretty unique property in that obviously renders it impossible for a CT to be standing in a certain location at a certain time. So without any of those, it does become a lot harder to take Banana. But look at these forward smokes in mid. That is something that will make Astralis fairly paranoid, but they do have Kirby already. They have control of second mid. They got control of the farmers. So that the mid smoke didn't end up doing anything really.
Minute 20. Loads of smokes for Astralis. They can force the CTs back around the arch position, or they can just shoot them. Dupree continues. Strong performances, map after map. But the bomb device has got to run. Oh boy, hiding in plain sight. The support is coming. The support's on the way. That is a very crucial smoke from him. And his team have come to the rescue, but now where do they head? Glaive spotted Nico. Glaive has spotted Nico. Crisis averted.
Dupree almost did too good of a job. They didn't expect him that much success. And then all of a sudden when they get the 2 kills and they keep pushing forward and they clear out A, it's like, oh god, we need to get the bomb here. we weren't prepared for this. Yeah, I mean, that is just individual effort from Dupree is craziness. I mean, the first kill is nice. The second kill standing in the flames and just taking that fight, that's just determination. Good decision making from Dupree.
Yeah, he's been really good of late. So 3-man up Banana for Astralis, and we're just seeing a default again from them. Take over ramps, take over Banana, take top mids, make a decision based on what you've seen. That said, of course, they are up against pistols, which I'm sure they'll realize. So Device getting a peek in there. Oh, just okay. Nico's just in the open, not even looking. Didn't expect that. Cheeky push on mid, caught out by Zipex as the rotation to B comes in. And this will be a mere formality as Astralis are about to win the round. 4 HP for Olafmeister.
Would be huge if we could save that AK-47.
Denied.
Nope. Denied. Negative.
And the buy-up comes in. Guardian has the AWP, and actually they go right into the double-op setup. There's been a lot of conversation about double-op on Inferno, considering how important retakes are to this map. You're put in a lot of situations where you have to decide to retake, and ops, especially on Inferno, are so unwieldy because of how wide open and how many spaces there are to position in post plants. But if the initial hold goes well, they can be very deadly.
Device. He did his best, did some damage, and he forced the CTs away. But it will take a while for them to identify the information. Device will be left in Banana while the rest of the team clear area out towards top mid. Archer smoke top. Will there be return fire from Rain? Guardian is in some trouble. 6 HP now. So quickly are Astralis onto short, but they haven't got any kills just yet. Support there with Rain covering Guardian. Guardian pops out. That's a lovely snap. There are 3 people covering short and only 1 kill for Astralis.
What a round from Guardian. Astralis getting absolutely destroyed there by his AWPing prowess.
Yeah, it's a really good job as well, because one thing Guardian does super well is he takes that shot, and if he doesn't need to repeat, he won't. Like, because you're letting the M4s take kind of the aggression, you're letting them get the follow-up kills, because once he goes for a repeat, you can see there he's just waiting for his time. He's kind of lulling them into a false sense of security. Really nice job from him, managing a dicey situation. Nico's going to get pressured, and he gets the first kill. Can he get away? Yes, there's no one on the heels of Glaive for that. The Molotovs slow them all down. And that was basically 4 players from Astralis pressuring Banana. They have no map control elsewhere, so they just continue forward. I think that's mostly because a lot of utility was used to slow the fast pressure. So they're saying, all right, we want to contend with Molotovs, let's just keep going.
And keep going. Astralis will. The bomb leading the charge, but it's a bit ahead of everyone else. Smoke's all over the place. Nico in the smoke himself. Ooh, the pop flash play. How much mileage can he get out of this? Oh, he doesn't get a single kill. 4 on 4. Astralis must get the bomb down soon because all they have left is a Molotov. Dupree flying into the last bullet from Karrigan's magazine. TRB will continue forward. Not a surprise for Karrigan. Bomb still not down, and it seems that the other two are backing off, but Kirby's the one with the bomb. Just about have time to plant it, but there was fire through the coffins, but he'll make it into pool.
FaZe have all the positions that they need. They just have to win the fights. There's the first 1-1. And the health is not really the best here on Astralis and the remaining players. So if that's smoked out, you really can't like their chances here at all. Good spray from Zipex, but honestly from this position now is pretty much over. Unless he can get a really fortunate stray bullet through that smoke, but he can't. So FaZe with round 12. And FaZe has suddenly just become a bit explosive. And it's really helping them out. The money is dwindling for Astralis. With the bomb plant will help, but and the round loss bonus that is accumulating will help also.
They're kind of getting to the point where they're out of rounds to save, though. Smart play from Karrigan, spamming his clip and leaving his magazine, excuse me, until about 5 bullets remaining, and then adjusts as Dupree kind of jumps through to try and punish that. Double op setup, got him started on the right foot, and now Nico switches out of it, so he's going to have an M4 in this round, and that's a good pick from Guardian.
Oh, that was fun. Pop flash from Rain. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I quit.
Sometimes
I'm done.
You don't get what you deserve. And that's the bomb site in control of Astralis for the time being.
No one deserves that.
Sebek's taken out towards a short position. Karrigan continues his march. Knows where one of the players is now on the site, but where is the other one? There's Kiabi trying to do some funky stuff with the AWP, but not having much success. He is very, very blind. Asking a lot of device, but not today.
It's like FaZe have turned the wrecking ball on. Right now.
They're the wrecking ball drivers.
They are the wrecking ball drivers.
Yeah.
It was FaZe that did the that VT, didn't they? Where they were driving cars around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except they were very confused about who was the winner.
It's obviously Karrigan. Because he completed an additional lap.
Yeah, that's what they said, but for some reason the whole video says that Olaf won. Yeah, but then everyone's like, wait, Karrigan was a lap and a half ahead of everyone.
Yeah, Karrigan wins. I think it's really obvious. Don't know if there should be a dispute there, but Karrigan wins. If you've lapped everyone, you have won.
Yeah. Oh, nice spam.
Whoa.
Even Rain down to 24.
That's probably the best result I've ever seen from that spam. Ever. That's insane. Almost 2 kills.
Guardian, you cheeky boy. Standing his ground. Dupree with the burst fire. Oh boy, and he's kind of baited device and he takes the shot instead. It's like when you're second man out and you get shot in the face and the first person survives. Always annoying. Astralis looking to send FaZe back into the dark ages with a round win here.
I think they're going to as well. Dupree has the AWP and Pit, and he's been no slouch with that weapon recently. And they should hear the sound cues. There is a player on the site to hear all of this running, so they know he's coming from lane, they know he's coming from lane or apartments, and there's the pick from Dupree. That was almost very cool. I think FaZe almost stabilized somehow with Guardian baiting them right into Rain. I think the awkward falling off of the balcony from Rain is what kind of caused that to fail. And here's a critical round for the FaZe side of things. They're out of money, up 13-10. So if they lose this, it could be tied up at 13-13. And if they win this, they're obviously at 14. They have a great chance of winning.
Well, FaZe are playing very passively in this. Really passive. No presence on Banana at all. They have decided to abandon it. They do have a look in on from our side and quad side though, so keeping tabs on top mid at least. But if top mid goes away, then they sort of need to have a response somewhere. Guardian still in the peak, but he doesn't realize he's going to actually get flanked. This is so insane. And Glaive is going for the crazy 5,000 IQ play here. He's leaving Guardian on the angle. There's the first kill. Turns around, finds Guardian. Glaive set it all up, and Astralis now are in a fantastic spot.
Big flash for him to duel with the balcony player. The final tap will be there, even though he had 2 teammates, should they have been necessary. Haven't seen a play like that since. Reminds me of Pasha's one on Mirage, oh so long ago, when he went past a player who was in apartments and shot somebody behind the bench. That was versus MSL Tier Dignitas, and he won the match with them. We'll find out if that's a match-winning play for Astralis.
Glaive is such a god.
Glaive is underrated, I think.
Oh, he needs to kill. Shut down. Alright, well, there it is. FaZe out of money, and this is like double. They can have a sketchy buy in the next round, depending on how much they invest here. This is so sick. The best part is he almost screws it up. Like, the aim isn't exactly at what you would say on point. And I think Guardian with maybe another second is able to react to that. You never want that. They don't invest a lot, FaZe, so I think they're planning on buying into the next round. It will be a tough buy. It'll be a rough buy. They'll have some SMGs. They'll have some, rifles and utility. There's a good flash of blinds. Kerrigan and Dupree is able to get 2 kills and massive damage. And the jig is up. It's head over towards the A bomb site.
Off we go.
The key to this round now for Astralis is don't give any of these AKs away. Like, don't chase these kills. You don't even have to be in this position. Just all you want to make sure is that you don't transfer a rifle over to the FaZe guys. I mean, as unlikely as it is, I think you just have to play it extra cautious just to prevent it.
Containment is strong. 2 focused on Arch, 2 on Banana. It's marvelous. See the current situation. FaZe has lost bonuses building. Quite a back and forth in terms of rounds between these 2 teams. So let's see what FaZe can bring into this round. Guardian won't have a sniper. That might be critical at this point, but if they are successful in the round, then maybe they can take devices. All the utility in the world for Astralis, whereas the world is quite limited for FaZe. They are the bird in the birdcage, perhaps.
Ooh, Rain hears all the players coming up mid. The grenade is good. And great damage done to Device too. They'll have to back away. So Astralis' first foray into middle has been blown up here by the FaZe defense. Additional sprays from Guardian is going to cause even more problems for Astralis. What do they do now they've lost so much?
Yeah, payback on the Glaive, goes for another fight, does fall to Kirby. That can be a critical kill, although FaZe already had a player cheating over to watch rap side, so they don't have to adjust their defense on balcony or in the site because they have a 3rd player to cover rap side. That's Kerrigan. And that's great timing. Stressful for Zipnik, so he thought it was clear, but a good kill from Kirby. He's going to keep moving forward, but there's just layers to this defense, and the second layer is always stepping up.
QQ habit, maybe costing QRB an opportunity to get a second kill there. Device doesn't know there is well, Kerrigan is basically below him. Back off to the pit. He does not have the bomb, and this is giving time for Nico to rotate. Device has no idea how close Kerrigan is, and he's feeding information to his teammates. Nico heading towards the high ground. I don't know if the CTs have eyes on the bomb. And there is the round. And there is the AWP.
Would have liked to have done without that sound cue, but yeah, low percentage chance he was going to win that anyway. So great defense for FaZe. Save looks like it turns out to be a very, very good idea for them. And even the meager buy that they came into with Olaf Meister with a Mac 10. Everyone's upgraded now. Still beat up on the economy side of things, but they're fine with this. 14-12 coming down the stretch, and finally Device doesn't have an AWP as well.
Fast play into mid here from Astralis again. They got denied last time. This time they think it's going to be different. Maybe it will be. There's a trade in Arch side, which will summon the attention of Rain. And he's going to drop the bomb. So with Guardian on cover as well. CTs have control of this position. That's awful news for the Danish side. We're going to try to open up Banana as well at the same time. And that could be, salvation could rest in that if Clave's able to find a way to backstab through CT.
There's no way he's Nico here. That is a great position from Nico. And that might just crush the round for them. And again, Guardian with the stolen AWP will finish things off and put FaZe on match point.
Yeah, they got dangerous from it. They had to battle for this one. I will say, they made this map very difficult on themselves in that first half. Like, this could have been a much more dominating victory, and I think if you look back, it almost, if you look at like the gun rounds won, I think that would heavily favor FaZe, considering they lost 3 or 4 like pistol buys in the first half, which is craziness to think about.
It must have been at least 4 at this point.
Yeah.
It seemed like almost every round that was won by Astralis was a force buy or an eco, apart from that one consecutive round. Astralis with jumble sale buy. They've been in a thrift store and grabbed what they could find. And leaves them with an AWP onto Device and other things, other objects. So he is on scoped. So if he chooses to scope in, that will be some info for FaZe. They know the money's tight. So they've got top Banana, Astralis, and they've got top mid as well.
Yeah, but they have very little utility to make much more progress after this. Someone's going to have to win a duel somewhere. They've got 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs and a Molotov, so you imagine it's going to be an A hit with the Molotov going in towards the broken wall and pit. That would be basically the only play to come in.
There's the Molotov Olaf Meister in a great off angle. It's an expected one though, surely yes. The kill has been taken. Olaf Meister gets 0. Maybe Rain can get what he could not as he goes and peeks into the angles here. Forced out of position. Spray has to come through, but it's only good for 1. 2v3 after plant, or a 3v2 after plant. From Astralis' perspective, looks pretty good for them here. Eco alone.
He's got $1,500 in the bank. Is there a kit? There is. He just picks one up. And the AWP. What's the money like for the CT side?
Yeah, you save this 100%. It's gonna have to be. I think they'll save around this ult. Maybe Nico drop a CZ over to someone. Invest a couple players invest in the upgraded pistols and a smoke, and you just see what the op can find you. But FaZe have one more big test here, and that's getting to 16. They've had to fight through a lot of losses to pistols to get here. And one more time, they're going to be put on the back foot. Yeah, you have to save. I think Rain maybe drops 2 to 3 pistols.
Okay, we get a couple grenades from Nico as well. Not sure if he already had those, but Guardian going forward to play with the orb. And ooh, finds one. Olaf Meister does as well in the apps on his push. And FaZe are loving life.
That could not have gone any better in the first 30 seconds. And I say that, Rain chimes in.
Oh my god, it's a 5 versus 2. What on earth? Okay.
Oh no.
Okay then.
How has that happened? Wow.
Ah, the power of FaZe. It's a beautiful thing. good match, all things considered. I think, as I said, I think that's a much more dominant win for FaZe than the scoreline would suggest. They had some blunders in the first half. So many anti-ecos, anti-force buys lost by them that gave Astralis a lot of life in this. And to be fair, on the other side of the coin as well, one of the best teams in the world, obviously on Inferno having an off game, but still able to make it highly competitive. Like, still able to fight for the win down the stretch despite not having the greatest of games strategically.
Yeah, that was really enjoyable to watch. Never seen such a struggle or so many rounds won in that first half in such a difficult fashion.